All right, so update 39.0 just dropped a couple hours ago. As you can see here, we do have a new maps tab where you can see a bunch of map creations made by the community. And some of these are actually, well, pretty well made. If you just kind of look through the kind of top half here, a lot of these I could actually see being in the original game, although they aren't really as polished. But you know, I guess it's really fair since the map editor was kind of bare, but it's pretty good for, I guess, what NinjaCube's first time making a map editor here. It's not too bad. But there was one map that really caught my eye on the BTD6 subreddit, and that map it's this one, Monkeys vs. Balloons PVZ map. Basically, I was a Plants vs. Zombies fan, a huge Plants vs. Zombies fan back in the day. Plants vs. Zombies is what got me into the whole tower defense genre in the first place. I discovered PVZ way before I actually discovered balloons. My first balloons game was BTD4, but that didn't really come until like later in life. Anyway, this is a pretty fun map, so let me see, how does this work? Seems that the water is placeable here, and I'm assuming these are reserved for land. Yep. You can't place towers on here. I guess these are the lanes, and can't place towers. So I'm guessing you place them back here. You can't really place them here. I guess that's the track. Place towers here, here, here. This is a pretty tough map, if I do have to say. I think it was actually in the game, it might be considered an expert map. Let me see, how do I want to start this? Maybe sniper and sniper sub. I think might be pretty good. I'll put a dart monkey up here. Saving up for Ben might be a bit of an issue if I do have to guess. I'm gonna go for another sub before I try to do that, so I'll put like another sub just like here-ish. Yeah, so it seems that we're definitely gonna be going for like sub commander or some subsequent strategy like that, as I think that'd probably be kind of the best here. Snipers would also be pretty good here. Elite sniper might not be too bad. And I'm kind of wondering if this would be possible in, let's say, like chimps mode. I might try it out later on, but who knows. I'm not really sure how you would beat round 6 with this. One of my favorite Plants vs. Zombies games was the original Garden Warfare. Garden Warfare 1 I played a ton out of on the Xbox 360. I haven't really played too much of Garden Warfare 2. I dabbled into a little bit, but not really a whole lot. Battle for Neighborville, again, I haven't really played a whole lot of. Just kind of grew out of the whole, I don't know, PVZ FPS genre, even though not really too many, but I would love to go back and play the original Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare 1. Which I guess is possible through emulation, but it's not maybe the same since there's no online functionality. Anyways, now that we got Ben, I think it's time to start upgrading subs, so let's see if we can go for like advanced intel. I think advanced intel and then get like another dart monkey up here could work. And something I noticed is that it's unfortunate that, you know, since this is kind of reserved for, since this is based off the water level, there's going to be no balloons coming down here, even though the original PVZ, there were zombies that did come down here, but I can understand why they probably didn't do that, as it'd probably be a wee bit difficult, as well as the fact that you wouldn't really have much space for towers at the point. Anyways, in place a sniper here. I think I might turn this one into elite sniper. I think shrapnel will have a better angle from here. Let me get this to FMJ. Then let's get airburst on both of these, and once we do that, we can start working on our alchemist. But yeah, I think sub commander would definitely be king on this map if you choose to attempt it on chimps mode. I don't even know if it's possible. I'm going to assume a no, because like I said earlier, I'm not really sure how you would start on this map. Since you need to cover like, you know, 4 lanes, and they're spaced out kind of awkwardly. Maybe you can get away with some, like, I don't know, dart sniper targeting, but I don't think so. Anyways, let's get the alchemist right here. There's not really a lot of space for villages. I would love to double discount, as that would be pretty good, but like one village takes up like an entire lifeguard buoy, or I guess lifesaver. Actually, that's the candy. And for PVZ2, I did play that when that game first came out. But I mean, I quickly kind of lost interest in it just because, well, I do like the art style and I think it's like pretty cool. Just like the sheer amount of plants that are just like locked behind microtransactions, just really turned me off from it. Especially like, you know, iconic plants like the ice pea, and the cactus is another one that was also like locked behind a paywall, which is like kind of frustrating. as again, there are a lot of plants that I wanted to play with, but they're just locked behind paywalls. And I'm sure there's probably some way to like unlock it for free, just like through hours of grinding, but I really don't want to do that, and I feel like I shouldn't have to do that. So I played PvZ2 at kind of the beginning of the game's life cycle. I lost interest in it pretty quickly, which is kind of unfortunate because I really did like it, but yeah. I guess this is EA being greedy again. So let me get this guy to crossbow. Since crossbow does have a bit larger range, that can help a little bit when it comes to intel. Let me get a village here. It kind of does misses the sub down here, but that's kind of fine. It'll just be one of the few subs that's not under MIB. I just want to say, if you never played Plants vs. Zombies, you kind of are missing out. I do recommend playing the original Plants vs. Zombies, and Garden Warfare 2 is not half bad. Battle for Neighborville is kind of eh. Plants vs. Zombies 2 I don't really recommend, just because, again, sheer amount of microtransactions, not really something I can really support. I kind of wonder if Pyro would be decent. Boat does have pretty decent range, but I feel like no matter where you place Boat, it's really just going to be... It's only going to be hitting these kind of first two lanes here. It seems that lanes, the first lane and the fourth lane are going to be very hard to keep track of, as Dart's not really reaching too far down here. Neither of them are, except for this one. But since you can't place towers here, line of sight for these lanes is going to be a bit of a problem. Dart link could also be pretty good. It would be kind of cool if someone remade the roof levels. Although I don't really know if the roof levels would be too interesting. As like the whole gimmick with those is that you need to place down flower pots to place down towers, and there's nothing really that you can simulate that in BTD6. What would be cool to see? Honestly, I feel like a map editor was definitely, I won't say like definitely needed, but it's like greatly appreciated, as it does breed kind of new life into this game, you know, being able to create your own custom maps, you know, so if you're bored of playing like the original kind of maps you have, you know, you do have some interesting, more so interesting options like made by the community. And so I think that's quite nice, you know, the community gets to kind of express themselves and create, you know, kind of like fun, interesting maps. Sure, I'm sure a lot of the maps are going to be very, very memey at the start. I've already seen some that are basically just like memes, but you know, that's just what's gonna happen. And so I think once BTD6, or if BTD6 gets like ever gets like official mod support, I think that would really make the game like kind of infinite replayable. As I feel like mods in a game like this, also camel leads are a bit scary. I'll just tank one. But I definitely do think mods in a game like this could definitely make it like infinite replayable. As that's kind of the reason why mods like Minecraft and Terraria, even like over a decade later, are still relevant, in my opinion, just because the modding community for those games is just so large. And so official mod support would be amazing, as I think that would also like breed like much better mods too, since, you know, modders would probably have better tools in order to make mods. Anyways, that was that, but we're gonna actually go all the way up to round 100. I'm actually gonna give this a favorite. I might return to this kind of later on and see if I can beat this on chimps. Probably not, but you know, it'd be kind of fun to do. Anyways, I think we have enough subs here, so I think next thing's next. I probably want to go for permaroost, that way we can all these subs get buffed. It's gonna be quite a tall task since we only have Ben as our income, but I mean, he's made it quite a decent amount of money already. But now that I think about it, I wouldn't be surprised if there was kind of an overlap in the BTD6 and the Plants vs. Zombies kind of community, since both of these are like really good tower defense games that have both been around for quite a long time now. And it seems that, you know, round 83 is actually pretty tough, but I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that a lot of PvZ fans have played BTD6 and kind of vice versa. Anyways, let me get some support. So we'll get a mob glue here. And this is kind of a bad spot for it, as there's not really a lot of other space here. If only there was like another lifesaver like kind of right here. And then this guy will kind of be useless for DT since you won't be able to see him unless I want to get subs, which I probably don't want to do, as DTs are so fast and this map is so short that it'll probably get out of the range of the sub before it actually gets DK mode. Unless I want to go for reactor, but that's kind of expensive. Thankfully, mob glue can hit ZOMGs from here, so that's nice. And I just noticed the way that this map is set up is you kind of do stagger, or hopefully we actually stagger balloons here. 88 seems to be a bit of a problem. I think we're like barely fine. We're so close to permbrew, just like 14,000 more. I could sell some subs if need be, which might have the subs kind of be a little bit better. 89 might be a bit of an issue, so I might actually siphon this round just to make this a bit easier. It's a bit easier, but we're still dying. Hopefully 90's not too bad. DTs come next round. There's only 3 of them, so hopefully they aren't too bad. But I mean, if they all come from separate lanes, then we're gonna be splitting a lot of the subs DPS to like several different lanes. We're only like 10,000 off of perma-root too. I have my finger on the escape key just in case we're not too good. Yeah, it seems like we're not too bad. Yeah, ceramic defense on this map is definitely going to be a bit of an issue. As well, sub commander does do pretty good Moab damage. It is not too good against ceramics here. What happens if we sell maybe? I could sell like 2 subs to 4 permabrood, or I could sell this one and get permabrood now. This other elk. The only thing is, it does take time to actually throw the buff onto the sub, so even though we do have permabrood, it's not like a free win automatically, as it still has to throw the buff onto all the subs. And Siphon isn't really up yet. And it seems that we're not really holding off too well. We leaked a ceramic here. Just gonna head back out. Plan to give up on permabrew, but there's one other option that I didn't actually go for yet. I could go for a quick glue storm. That's a pretty good damage option. So let me just get that. Won't really help for ceramic slowdown, but just kind of general DPS I think is gonna be helpful. So I'll use it, let's say now. And then that should help us clear out 91 pretty easily. I guess it is pretty good for ceramic slowdown, since the ability kind of lasts so long that once we kind of pop the balloons, they pop down to cerams. And I just kind of realized Moab Glue kind of screws with Glue Storm, as I don't think glue stack. This isn't really battles too. We were kind of leaking to ceramics there, so I'll use it again. I wasn't sure if it was necessary. I could go for absolute 0 too. Just kind of get all the support options. Just kind of say screw permabrew. Slow down these ZOMGs. I'll kind of wait for them to pop the ZOMGs. I think they can beat them without the Glue Storm. I'll wait till 93. I'll get yet another sub, and I think I'll maybe stop here. Use that ability. Oh boy, that was cutting it real close there. 95 might be a bit of a problem round, so let me get just Sabo in advance. Save some space here. Okay, so I'll use Glue Storm now. Might have to use absolute 0 as well, but I'll be patient on that, so I'll use it now. I'm okay with using abilities now, as 95, the start 95 is pretty long, so we should be fine for that. Hopefully this round isn't really too bad, but if it is, I do have some cash to spare. So Glue Storm, AZ, and Sabo, let's see how they do. I don't want to use Glorm just yet. Let me use this, slow it down. And I'll use Glue Storm now. I think Sabo's gonna wear off pretty soon, so that might be a bit of a problem. Yep. Around 95. Oh boy. It's already becoming a problem. I could go for May Moab, as I think I did earn enough in the middle of the round before I died. Alright, let me see if just better ability time. So maybe I'll use Glue Storm first to, I don't know, get ahead. Let me use that. And then just kind of wait for Sabo. I'll use it now. I can get Maim. Are you on strong? Yes, you are. It is stunning DTs, but there's just so many that I feel like we're falling behind massively. Although DDT wave is over, so... we beat all DTs, but we're about to leak to ceramics here. Maybe if I just get another Sabo, that could honestly just be the plan here. We can afford it mid-round, but the only problem is the ability cooldown may not come up in time. Actually, let me sell Sniper and just get this. Maybe I'll use absolute 0 last as kind of like a last minute thing. Maybe I'll use Sabo. I'll use it now so that way we can maybe get ahead of DTs. Once Sabo wears off, I'll reply it. Thankfully, absolute 0 and Snowstorm seem to be holding back storms pretty well, but even still, it's very sketch. That's a whole DDT that's gonna pass through. Okay, so maybe we do need some slowdown even more. So let me get this. I can only get like one reactor and then like another submergent support. If I do go for this, I do lose out on the second Sabo, but I think it might honestly be better to go for this. I'll use, that's not the right ability. Oh yeah, I forgot we had Siphon. That could honestly help out. I'll use Sabo now. As I think if we block the mobs from spawning, if we just kind of focus on DTs, I think that'd make this a lot easier. But I mean, losing out on the second Sabo I think is kind of huge here. Or I guess it's not. We'll just freeze it just for the lulz. Alright, we beat that round barely. 98 might be GG. I'm not sure how in the world we're gonna beat that round. You use Glue Storm now. I'll get another Sabo just in prep for 98. I think it's a bit too late to go for Shattering Shells. I don't know if we'll be able to survive without other support options. Once Balloon Sabo comes up, I think I'll use it again. Anyway, this is definitely a struggle in the later rounds. Mid game was pretty easy, but in exchange we got a pretty tough late game. And then I think we should easily be able to beat ZMGs here. Alright, 97 hopefully isn't too bad. 2 fortified ZMGs. Yeah, pretty easy all things considered. Now let's see, I was 98. We don't have Glue Storm up for the very beginning, but I think that's fine. I'll use this now, and I'll use one Sabo. I think we do have money for Shattering Shells, so I think I will place that down if there's even space. Let me use this. We're just barely off. There it is. I'll use another Sabo. Let me just make sure I can defortify all the BFBs. Glue Storm coming up right now. I'll use another Absolute Zero. And it seems that we just barely have enough to beat 98 here. 99 is going to be the real test. We don't have Glue Storm up for 99, which is kind of bad as 99 is pretty fast, but we do have Absolute Zero up. So hopefully we can just stall long enough to where that doesn't matter. And I forgot that with MK, oh, that was pretty close. I forgot that with MK, Shattering Shells does defortify DTs. I forgot that they replaced that monkey knowledge back a while ago. What if I just Siphon? Ben's what, 18? Siphon might help. If I can just kind of stall for abilities, I think that would be ideal. Oh wait, Siphon works on DTs now. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Around 100, I don't think we're kind of fine for, so let me see if I can quickly go for a Spike Storm. There's like no space anywhere. I can't even afford Spike Storm, that's nice. Actually, it seems like it wasn't even needed. Let me go for this and Sabo. Oh yeah, I forgot. It doesn't actually end at around 100. And notice you don't actually get an Instant Monkey for completing this, which I guess is fair. I'm probably dead to this round, 101. If not, I'm definitely dead to kind of the subsequent rounds. But yeah, that was that. It's a pretty fun map editor. It's a pretty fun concept overall. I am just glad they decided to kind of add this kind of sooner than later. But there is a lot of potential, a lot of fun that can be kind of had here. So if you have any map ideas of yourself, you know, be sure to kind of shoot them my way. If you made any maps, again, shoot them my way. I would be happy to kind of play them. So